Ahoy hoy and welcome to Yellow Sticker Dinner, the channel where I try to make fun food out of items I find in the reduce section. Today I'm going to try to make a meatless meatball marinara Subway sub copycat. That took me 4 takes. That's my 4th take. Now watch me fluff the rest of this video. To make this sub, first of all, I'm going to grab a small onion and I'm going to dice it as finely as I can. These were from the reduced section as well. They were 39 cents for the bag. Originally 79 cents, but there's a lot in there, so I think it's probably even more expensive if I'm honest, but you know, 39 cents. It's even cheaper, really, actually. I don't know why I'm getting annoyed. I'm happy with that. 39 cents for a bag of onions is great. So I'm just gonna peel off the thickest layer of the skin. Same with this one. And then, like I said, just kind of dice it as finely as I'm able to, based on the time that I have. Which, you know, I'm not going to rush, but I'm not going to be too lackadaisical. You know, it should be a nice, relaxing. It's not quite lunchtime. It's like, it was my lunchtime. I went to bed late last night. It's about 5 p.m. You know, I've had a little snack. I'm not too hungry. Looking forward to just relaxing in the kitchen, chopping up some onions and hoping they don't burn my eyeballs out because I'm really sensitive to onions. Sorry, I had a method here which you can tell has completely gone awry in terms of holding it all together and making it all nice and pretty and neat and stuff. I am not a trained chef. If this magnificent display of onion chopping had you convinced otherwise. Just going to go in again because I can tell that I missed an awful lot. Like I said, I'm just doing the best I can. Doesn't have to be too even. We're not doing gourmet stuff here. We're making fast food. We're making Subway, but a cheaper, healthier version. So it's just going to go in my big bowl here. In Ireland, it wasn't that long ago. I've got an awful memory for dates, but it wasn't that long ago that Ireland officially ruled Subway bread as a cake because it had too much sugar in it. It's got this leftover sage, and there's also the smallest amount of rosemary. These both featured in my Nigella Lawson chips video, which I will link in the top right hand corner. And I'm just gonna, again, roughly chop these herbs up. Probably won't even do that much. There's not even that much of them, as you can tell, but it's a good way of using them up. The rosemary was actually reduced. It's 25 cents for a bag of it, and I got a great use out of it. The sage I paid full price for, unfortunately, which is kind of annoying because I was actually in Dunn's today, where I do most of my shopping, and they had sage reduced then today, but that was 25 cents, but I didn't need it, so I didn't buy it. Herbs are going in. Now I'm going to throw in, I've got these pork sausages, and this, they're not pork, sorry, they are porkless vegan sausages. And they actually featured in my shopping video, which I'll put in the top right hand corner now, and I've been having them for breakfast and I got 2 left. So I'm going to use the rest of these up, and I'm going to go for a meat mixture of about 50-50. And if you think I'm going to weigh out, then you're out of your goddamn mind. I'm just going to kind of, you know, about the same amount, give or take. Doesn't matter too much. But yeah, so 50% pork and 50% beef mince. Right, let's get some extra flavors in there. We'll go for a little bit of salt. Go for some pepper. If you want to, at this point, you can thin this out even more by adding in some breadcrumbs. But I feel like putting breadcrumbs in meatballs, that's going to go in bread. Probably a bit too much bread. It's like a breaded bread sandwich with bread in the middle. And then get some herbs here. I've actually had this for a while. This Herbs de Provence. You can actually tell it's got a reduced sticker on it, but I can't tell you when I bought it, and I can't tell you how much it was. I remember it being cheap, and I'm just going to throw a sprinkle of this in as well. I don't even know what Herbs de Provence is. It's just mixed herbs, I think. It is 100% organic herbs, great. It's got thyme, oregano, rosemary, and savory. I have absolutely no idea what savory is. I've never heard of that herb. Has anyone heard of savory? Anyways, it's time to get our hands a little bit dirty now. I'm just going to mash this all up together. Like I said, I'm only making a single meatball sub today. Otherwise, I would have used the rest of the mince. But I'm hoping to get like 4 or 5 nice little meatballs out of this. Fully vegan, because I kind of feel like I could have done with an egg here for my vegetarian days, but I don't think I actually need it. I'm actually a big fan of the Denny fake meats. I've mentioned this before, but basically when I was a meat eater several years ago, I never ate Denny. Denny's an Irish brand. And the reason why I never ate them was because when I did eat meat, I used to get the highest meat content quality I could find. I have told the story before. But yeah, I used to get the highest meat quality content I could find. So I'm just going to wash my hands very quickly. You've got a nice little ball there. It looks pretty good. It's nice. Let's wash my hands and I'll talk about my meat eating history. But yeah, I used to go for the highest quality meat I could find. And like, you know, I'd go for like those sausages that were like 92%, 88, those kind of like, you know, good stuff. And Denny was always in like the 56% range, you know, maybe even less. And maybe that's why I like the Denny ones now, because they always tasted nice, but I didn't like the low quality perceived nature of them. But maybe that's why I like the Denny ones now, because they do actually taste like their meat sausages. Because, well, I mean, there was very little meat in them in the first place, so all they've done is just change whatever small amount of meat was in there to extra wheat protein or whatever they use, pea protein or something like that. Okay, I really wish I had to put the oil on first, but I've got plenty of time to do that. So let's just get this pan on. Apologise, I should have put this on sooner. I'm sure you can hear Lollipop in the background there, greeting all the passers-by who just walk past. She hates people walking past the house, but loves them when she meets them outside. Okay, so I'm just going to make a couple of small meatballs here. They need to fit in these reduced Subway rolls. And every time I do this kind of stuff, they always get progressively bigger. But I'm going to try my best to kind of keep them all fairly uniformed and basically the same size. Other things you can do with vegan meat, by the way. I used to, it wasn't that long ago, a couple of months ago, started this year. Actually, you know what? It's actually, the transition happens. I became vegan during this channel. I started this channel at the start of the year, start of January, or the middle of January, so about 2 months ago. And a couple of videos in, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go vegan, and I did. And I've been vegan ever since. But before that, I used to do this kind of things like this, and I would make a homemade vegan McDonald's sausage and egg McMuffin. And I'd use a mixture of the I've got way more than 6 meatballs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. That's loads. Let's just go with 6. I used to use a mixture of the vegan sausage meat and the black pudding, and then form it into patties, fry it up, and then have that with an egg. Nice fried egg and a cheese single on an English muffin, and it was delicious. Delicious. There's a lot of non-dairy ingredients in that though. The muffin probably has buttermilk in it. Well, not non-dairy, dairy. The muffin probably has buttermilk in it. The cheese, obviously, the egg. So someday I'll come up with a vegan alternative to that, but I do miss them. Okay, so these are going to just kind of gently fry on a medium heat for the next couple of minutes, and I'm going to get to work making my sauce. There's a great video which I will actually link in the top right hand corner. I love it. It's an Italian guy trying to say Worcestershire sauce. And every time I say, he gets to the point where he kind of gets so confused with saying Worcestershire sauce. He's like, Winchester sauce, Worcestershire sauce. And then he kind of reverts back to his Italian. He's like, Winchester sauce. I'll link in the top right hand corner. It's a great video, give him the views. Here's a little tip, right? I should have told this before. When buying chopped tomatoes, I learned this from a trained chef friend of mine. Peeled plum tomatoes, right? If you're going to buy a tin of tomatoes, buy the ones that are peeled full tomatoes rather than the chopped ones. And it kind of makes sense. I've no reason to I've never researched or doubted this, but basically, apparently, for a very, very, very minor price increase, the peeled plum tomatoes, the full whole tomatoes, are much better quality than the chopped ones. And the reason being is because the chopped ones are just like the rubbish tomatoes that, you know what I mean? They just kind of, whatever's left, the broken ones, the kind of dodgy ones, they chop them all up and throw them into a new can so they don't waste them. So if you buy these ones, they are the higher quality chopped tomatoes. And you just chop them yourself. It takes a tiny bit of extra work. You can actually stick the knife in the can and just stab at it for a while. I'm gonna go one more. But yeah, so that's my chef tip of the day from my chef friend. And like I said, I've no reason to doubt her. She knows her stuff, she went to school. And it makes sense. It does make sense. The difference in price is minimal as well. I got these from Aldi today, and the chopped tomatoes are 39 cents and the peeled plum tomatoes are 45 cents. For an extra 6 cents, you're probably getting a much higher quality product. And obviously I'm here in the business of saving money, but I'm also trying to save money by getting the best quality I can, which is part of the reason why I shop in the reduced section, because I could buy cheaper food and have a very bland diet of, lentils and things like that and rice. But I get to have a nice varied diet for cheap. Okay. So basically, I'm just gonna, near the end, I'll chop this up a little bit more. I was gonna put it into its own separate pot. Maybe I should. I'll just do that now. Yeah. I'll put this into its own little pot. And then warm this through. They're coming along nicely. With a bit of olive oil. Some salt, some pepper, and then if I have oregano, wait, there it is, right there. I shall use that. Could use the herbs of Provence again. It's got oregano in it. And savoury. Okay, Okay, things are coming along nicely. I'm happy with this. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. These Subway rolls, I got these reduced today. They were 90 cents instead of 120. These are kind of what inspired this dish, because I knew I had the mince. It's been sitting in the freezer, and I wanted to use it. So hopefully this will fit in my toaster. Just about. Kind of. and then now is where you kind of get to experiment and play around. This is where you get to that part in Subway where you kind of put what you want in. I don't have any peppers or anything like that. But I do have this little leftover jar of jalapeños, and I like spice, so I'm going to put some jalapeños on. And then to my left you can see some vegan pizza topping, which I bought today, full price. It pains me when I buy products like that full price, but I've kind of been craving cheese and I want to try it, and I feel like it's worth it. Okay, give this a little stir. Lollipop still. Disappointed that the neighbours are existing. Okay, we are in the home stretch. I've dropped my towel. We're in the home stretch here. Let's cut this cheese open. I'm gonna taste it. I've never actually had this cheese. They had a similar stuff in Dunn's. Jeez, I made a mess of this opening. That's a terrible, awful opening there. I've never had this stuff before. You know what? It's actually okay. It's pretty good. I'm always concerned with the coconut oil ones, but that's pretty good. I'm excited about that one. That's nice. It's got it's very mild. It's a little bit powdery, which you sometimes get in those. I'm gonna turn both these hobs off actually. Turn this off too. It's okay, Lolly. It's a little bit powdery, and you sometimes get that in those cheaper bags of mozzarella and stuff that you can buy anyway. But it seems alright. Yeah, €2 as well, not too bad. Like I said, they haven't done for like $3.50 or something like that. Lolly! Hold on a second, I'll bring you in. This way! This way! Go on, push, 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 push. Hello. Good girl. Hold on. Do you want some food? One little snack. I'm eating, you should eat too. She got a groom the other day. I think she showed up in my Nigella video. She was groomed the day after. Hello. Okay, time to get back to work. Better wash my hands again. Toaster has just popped. This toaster is incredibly hot. I put this on the lowest temperature, the lowest one, literally the lowest. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so hot, but it is. Okay, right, let's start the assembly. Avengers, time to work. Okay, so I'm gonna need a spoon. So first of all, I'm gonna just toss these meatballs into this sauce and then give them a little stir. Get this wooden board so I don't melt my table. So this is it. I'm going for a more relaxed feel today. Let me know in the comments if you like it, or if you don't. And if you do like it, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, give me a like. If you like it, like it. It's a good concept. If you like it, like it. 4 is loads. I'm going to throw in a little bit of jalapeños on top of that because, like I said, I love a little bit of spice. And then sprinkling of this vegan cheese, and we've got ourselves a sexy lunch. Let's have a look. Hold on. It's pretty good. You know? Could probably do with a little bit more cheese, actually. Actually, that looks alright there. Yeah. That's a nice meal. Should we do a taste test? You can see in the background, I've got this chili sauce on special offer today, reduced, which is quite rare. Okay. That's good. It is. It's actually lovely. It doesn't taste like Subway in the sense that Subway all tastes exactly the same, but it's a good thing. It's herby. It's got a tiny bit of like tanginess with the onion. Crispy bread. The tomato sauce feels kind of Italian-y. It's lovely. I am very, very happy with this. And you know, those meatballs, like they look great. I'm happy, I'm excited. I'm satisfied. And I got this for a whole lot. It's falling apart. It was a whole lot cheaper than a real Subway and healthier, and genuinely I think it's tastier. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching Yellow Sticker Dinner.